Hello, good people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're still talking about the issue of Nnamdi Kanu as the federal government have amended charges against Kanu. And you'll be so shocked how many of his lawyers are now considered to be accomplices to his crime. We're going to be looking at details of that in a jiffy. But before we do that, if you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our videos. And according to the news, the federal government is set to rearrange the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, on an amended 6-count treasonable felony charges. The amendment came on a day trial Justice Bintu Nyako fixed to hear an application Kanu filed to be released on bail pending the determination of the charge against him. A member of Kanu legal team who crave anonymity told Vanguard on Wednesday that federal government had in the amended charge listed some lawyers representing the embattled IPOB leader, including Mr. Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Mr. Maxwell as accomplices of the defendant. Federal government, it was gathered, alleged that the said lawyers were constantly in contact with Kanu after he jumped bail and fled the country. It will be recalled that Kanu was subsequently rearrested and returned back to the country from Kenya in controversial circumstances. Trial Justice Binta Nyako had on April 8 struck out 8 out of the 15-count treasonable felony charge federal government preferred against Kanu. Justice Nyako held that the charges were mere repetition that did not disclose any offense that could be sustained by the proof of evidence before the court. Federal government had, in the count that was struck out, alleged that Kanu had, through his broadcast, incited members of the public to only stage a violent revolution but to attack police officers and also deny public services or public facilities in Lagos State. While the court threw out count 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 of the charge, it okayed Kanu's trial on count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 15. The ruling followed an application Kanu filed to quash the entire charge against him, which he insisted was manifestly incompetent and legally defective. The IPOB leader, through his team of lawyers led by Chief Ozekhome, a senior advocate of Nigeria, argued that the court lacked the jurisdiction to try him on the strength of an incompetent charge. Ozekhome further told the court that his client was unlawfully, brutally, and extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya without his consent. He argued that since some of the allegations the federal government leveled against Kanu were purportedly committed outside the country, the High Court therefore lacked the jurisdiction to entertain the charges. The charges appear to give this court a global jurisdiction over offenses that were allegedly committed by the defendants without specifying the location or date the said offenses were committed. He argued that under the Federal High Court Act, such charges must disclose specific location where the offense was committed. Most so, Ozekhome contended that Kanu could not be charged with belonging to an unlawful organization since the action of federal government in proscribing the IPOB is still subject of legal dispute at the Court of Appeal and therefore sub judice. Consequently, he urged the court to dismiss the charge as well as to discharge and acquit the defendants. However, federal government lawyer Mr. Tr0uble Labaran opposed the application and urged the court to allow the prosecution to open its case. He urged that Kanu's application would touch the substance of the case that is yet to be heard. The position as at now is that the IPOB is a proscribed organization which was duly proscribed through the due process of law. He argued that Section 32 of the Terrorism Prevention Act imbued the court with the requisite jurisdiction to handle the trial. On Kanu's bail request, Ozekhome maintained that the amended charges contain bailable offences, while federal government lawyer Labaran argued that the defendant betrayed the previous discretion the court exercised in his favour when he jumped bail and escaped from the country. He argued that it was owing to Kanu's conduct that the court revoked his bail and issued a bench warrant for his arrest. Federal government had, in some of the charges that were sustained by the court, alleged that Kanu had in his broadcast, I think like I said, federal government in some of the charges that were sustained by the court alleged that Kanu had in his broadcast made statement, issue deadly threats that anyone who flouted his sit-at-home order should write his or her will. He told the court that as a result of the trade bank, school, market, shopping mall, fuel station domicile in the eastern part of Nigeria were not open for business, citizens and vernacular movement in the eastern state of Nigeria were grounded. It alleged that Kanu had on diverse dates between 2018 and 2021 made a broadcast reveal an head in Nigeria inciting members of the public to hunt and kill Nigerian security personnel and their family members, thereby committing an offence punishable under Section 1, Subsection 2H, Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013. While federal government in court in Count 8 alleged that Kanu directed members of IPOB to manufacture bombs, he told the court in Count 15 that the defendants had between the month of March and April 2015 imported into Nigeria and kept in Ubulizu in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, a radio transmitter known as Tr0uble concealed in a container of use. Wow, so many people have reacted to this, and the whole thing seems to be a little bit more cumbersome right now. And right now, so many people have reacted over it because this case is one case that have enjoyed global view so much. Someone here said these people should just release the Prophet Nnamdi Kanu. There are boundaries to not cross where our prophet is. Another person here said they should find a political solution. This thing is getting very cumbersome. So another person here say federal government, if they hold your scrutiny and they will squeeze it until it dries off. Imagine this happening less than a week after Tr0uble visited Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody. Let them just add that Kanu's lawyer are brave. If they mess up Kanu, our IPOP will finish them. Another person here says the court will keep adjourning the case. Federal government made a big mistake by deporting Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. They could have locked him up in a secret detention center in Sahara Desert or take him out and dump his body in the ocean. This one here says Kanu is directly responsible for what is happening in the East today. He sanctioned it personally. There is no way he'll escape the sledgehammer. Another person here says Kanu will rot in jail. That I can assure you. Another person here say all bad leaders can do is to divide the people because they have nothing else to offer. Nnamdi Kanu, you have to stand strong and face the situation. I'd like to leave it there, and we're going to bring you more and more things that are happening because right now the bail issue has already been concluded, as we have heard, and more things are being said. So as time passes by, we're going to be bringing you full details of everything.